Welcome, everyone. Oh, here I am. Let me adjust my camera. Thank you for joining us today. We are very excited to be here. Oh. This is brought to you by NJ Thrive. This is a small business development center. We give you NJ Thrives, a small business series of webinars where we provide you with tools for you to help your business start, grow, and thrive. We're celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month. I'm a proud Latina. I am from the Dominican Republic. So it is awesome to be part of this celebration and cultural power, I would say. I'm your host, Marggiori Salas, NJSBDC consultant. I'm also the owner of Iori Digital. I've been doing marketing for a little over 14 years. So the NJSBDC, we are America's New Jersey Small Business Development Centers Network. We are a statewide program powered by the SBA and partners to help small businesses in New Jersey with three main things. Number one, no-cost small business consulting. Number two, we provide training and events starting at zero cost. And number three, and most important of it all, we provide a small business with the resources and tools that they need to help their business grow. If you can see in the map of New Jersey, we have a location near you. And if we're not too close, you can contact us and we will make sure we connect with you. I always say that I am a proud testimony of the Small Business Center of New Jersey. Part of my business success has come from mentorship by this program, and I am very, very thankful for it. So today's agenda, we have a few headlines. We have a presentation by me, and then we will be moving into Q&A. So some of the best headlines for this week. We have the SBA announced over $5 million in awards to support STEM R&D focused small business. This was an amazing read. Okay, you guys can see my screen. Okay, so this was an amazing read, like I said, because they provided with over 150,000 participants to help them advance their business. And this is amazing because they went into national security, global competitiveness, domestic manufacturing and production, climate and renewable energy, and underserved communities. This is awesome because it helps many small businesses grow, especially in 150,000. It's a lot of money. And you just gotta be ready and apply for grants. And it's a way to incentivize your business. And there's many opportunities that you're able to take advantage of to use towards your business. The next headline is NJEDA provides an update on childcare facility improvements. So this was, they did phase one. I tell you a little bit brief. They did phase one, and now they're doing into phase two to childcare facility improvement. So what this means is that if you or you know someone who owns a childcare facility, they're able to apply for phase two. That will be another grant that will be opening up. It's an amazing opportunity to do that renovation, make the space bigger or separate it into different rooms, but it has to be for facility improvement. Make sure you read this article so you can find helpful links, deadlines, and how to apply for this grants. And we have, last but not least, we're continuing the celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, and in lieu of, vamos a tener una experiencia de micropréstamos en la línea para pequeños negocios. Eso es algo muy interesante. And yes, this is a little bit of a Spanglish webinar, being that we're Latinos, we speak English, we speak Spanish, and we also speak Spanglish. But este seminario va a ser completamente en español. Por favor, vayan al link para registrarse para que así puedan tomar ventaja de estos negocios, micropréstamos para negocios que hacen negocios en línea. O sea, si usted vende un producto a través del internet, usted tiene un negocio que es en línea. Es muy interesante. Yo voy a estar ahí, voy a ser parte de la audiencia para aprender un poquito más. Pero es muy interesante. Esto va a ser el martes 3 de octubre a las 6, de 6 a 7:30 de la noche. El link está aquí y lo pueden buscar en nuestra página web, NJSBDC. Okay. So excited. I love the mix of like the Spanish, the English. Well, I am your host and I'm also your speaker. So today we have Mastering Hispanic Market Trends. I am an NJSBDC business consultant and also owner of Marggiori Digital. Before I start, I would love to give you a little bit of a disclaimer, okay? Not disclaimer, I mean, quick second for you to grab pen and paper so you can take some awesome notes. And I want you to know that this is an interactive webinar. So I require you to interact with me. I want to see your thumbs up. I want to see your questions in the Q&A box. And I want to make sure that we are interacting the best way possible to know that you're listening to me and that I have your absolute attention and I'm delivering the best value possible. So with further ado, let's get started. So once again, my name is Marggiori Salas, and today I will be talking about navigating Hispanic market trends, strategies for success. This is an awesome topic. I am very passionate about our community, and I could not be more ready to do this. Are you guys ready to take notes? All right, let me pop this open. I'm going to put the chat box here to make sure I'm able to see your thumbs up. I'm able to see your reactions. And I am also going to put here the Q&A box, but the Q&A, you can send your questions at the end. All right. So I will start with the vision of the future, right? What is the future of Hispanic consumer marketplace, right? How are we changing the landscape for the future? And I don't mean December, I mean 2024, 25, 26, 2030, right? Things are changing and we are becoming more diverse within our diversity, right? Our horizons are being broadened and within the Hispanic market, we're expected to grow and we're expected to go through a revolutionary change. We're doing a complete change on how we buy, how we consume, how are we being even entertained, okay? We're shifting our preferences, we're shifting our behaviors. We're no longer buying the same way our parents did or our grandparents did. That's for the future, right? Neutral is no longer acceptable. You can never be right or you're going to be wrong, or you're going to be right or you're going to be left, right? But standing in the middle, especially for Hispanic people, we don't like. We are very passionate about what we believe. We're very engaged and we're very committed to what we are part of, right? And we also know that the Anglo-American community is also investing into our future. So these are things that I just want to plant the seed and tie it all up together. All right. I love seeing some thumbs up, people. I love to have your attention. Thank you so much for being part of this webinar. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So what is the Hispanic market? That I know this sounds, very simple. Oh, the Hispanic people, Latin America, right? North America, South America, right? It's more than that. Right? The term Hispanic market, I'm going to read the full-on definition, right? The full-on definition of Hispanic market, it refers to consumers segmented comprised of individuals who identify as Hispanic, Latino, by culture, by nationality, by heritage, or simply because they're able to speak the language, right? But within this, we have substantial diversity, and we have an amazing power from within, right? We value our nationalities, we value our culture, nuances, socioeconomic statuses, and much more. So we're bigger than just a cool group of people, right? That are able to dance. Hold on. Yeah, let me move here. So let me give you some Hispanic facts just to get your mindset in the right direction. So I'm sure you know this, but just in case you didn't know, let me show you some facts. Demographically speaking, US, we're in January 2022. The United States is second largest speaking population after Mexico, right? Mexico is the number one. We're the second largest population. We're speaking our language. Nosotros estamos hablando en español cada vez que interactuamos con las marcas que nos interesan. Y eso es algo muy importante. Yes, I will be shifting into gear, so bear with me. We have a amazing potential buy power of expected to grow of 1.9 trillion by this year, right? By the end of the year. And that is a lot of money, right? Then we talk about language, right? Many Hispanics are bilingual, and some of us, we try to, speak Spanish, we speak English. Sometimes we neglect the Spanish, or sometimes we neglect the English, or sometimes we just altogether speak Spanglish, right? But with the way we consume things, it's still the same way as our parents, our grandparents taught us. Eso está en nuestro DNA. Like, a esa abuelita le hizo así, mira, asegúrate de que tú compres de la misma forma que yo compré, right? Y la otra cosa que vamos a hablar es el potencial de nuestra cultura, no de nuestra cultura, perdón. It's part of the Spanglish, el potencial de la juventud. O sea, ahora mismo los jóvenes hispanos están creciendo en una comunidad completamente diferente y estamos comprando diferente. Gen Z, Latino, Gen Z Hispanics are really revolutionizing things, how they interact with brands, how they feel about certain brands, topics, and things. And most important of it all, many Hispanics, regardless of the country, the region, where you're from, we value familia. Like, se puede acabar el mundo, the world could go on sale, but we're sticking by our family, right? Things could happen, governments change, gossip comes and goes, but we're sticking by our family, our tradition, our community. We're united. And I know, disclaimer, yes, I'm going to touch on certain points that I should not be, but I will make it uncomfortable because I preach this. If other communities are so close and so connected with one another, us Latinos gotta take that power, that love, that passion, and unite ourselves to empower each other. That is part of familia. That is part of that cultural connection. That is part of community. That's what community means, right? So what is our cultural buying power? That I love. When I wrote that down, I felt so passionate about it because it's not about money buying power. It's not about persona buying power. It's about our culture, right? It's about generations of beliefs, of values, of flavors, smells, sensations. All of those things make our buy power as Latinos, as Hispanics that we are. So I put this old photo because I want to talk about la famosa abuelita, right? We all have an abuelita, a tío, an uncle, a sister, a brother, right? We're known to have big families, right? And these are amazing facts that I want to share with you, right? Things that we already know in a sense of family, in a sense of community, but we need to apply it into a business sense, right? 80% of Hispanics claim to be family their primary value, right? We value family. We value each other's connection. We value that cousin, third, fourth, sixth cousin, tatarabuela, right? Que decía, oh, el mejor café del mundo es el Bustelito, right? It's not even Bustelo, it's Bustelito. And it's part of that power, it's part of that culture, right? We also emphasize tremendously in the bilingual aspect of things. And sometimes it could be very unilateral in the sense of, nosotros queremos comprar en español. Nosotros queremos que las personas que nosotros estamos comprándole entiendan nuestro idioma, cómo hablamos, cómo nos sentimos, cómo nos comunicamos. Porque no es solamente la comunicación bilingüe y poder hablarla, es el lenguaje de la cultura, es el lenguaje no verbal, ¿verdad? Otra cosa, nosotros parte de la cultura, part of our buying power is our community events, our brand loyalty, right? To this day, I mean, let me start seeing some interactions on the chat. How many of you have heard of Vicks and the things that Vicks can fix for you? I mean, that should be a line. I should pitch that to them. Come on, give me a thumb up if you've heard of that before, or if you've heard some sort of sense like that. I want to see their interaction. I want to make sure you're paying attention, right? Are you there with me? All right. Have you heard of Vicks, right? Vicks Vivaporu, right? In some countries, we call it different things. In the Dominican Republic, ni siquiera se llama Vivaporu, se llama Vivaporu. It's not Viper Rub. That's like the interpretation of things, right? It's not about that. It's about the loyalty, right? We have made our own versions of it, and there is 1,000+2 things. Pero Vivaporu lo cuida todo. Vivaporu lo cuida todo. It's not Vapor Rub or Vicks. It's Vivaporu lo cuida todo. And that's part of that brand loyalty. That's part of Coca-Cola. That's part of Bustelo, right? These are things that we actually hug into our identity. Like, nosotros tenemos eso en la casa y son cosas que nos hacen sentir bien, que nos recuerda una memoria, que nos recuerda una sensación, que cuando vamos a hacer algo, si estamos en una tienda and the simplest smell of mint comes out, you're like, eso huele a Vivaporu, right? It triggers something in you because you've known that smell, you've known that experience. And that's part of our buy power. That's part of what our abuelita, tíos, quinteavo primo taught us, right? And it is true, right? We are very old-fashioned, and there is a beauty to that. And the beauty to it is that it makes things a lot simpler when you're putting your product out there, when you're putting your brand out there. I'm looking at the chat. Thank you so much. I love you're there. Perfect. I see the interaction. Yes, Vivaporu, lo cura todo Vicks, brand loyalty. Yes, I'm seeing the thumbs up. So true. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for interaction. I want to make sure you are there because I am here for you. Awesome. All right. So what about cultural relevancy and authenticity? This is so awesome, especially for Hispanics, right? Number one, we want to make sure that we are communicating and we're delivering and we're engaging in an authentic manner. O sea, nosotros los latinos olemos las cosas, mira, 3 millas antes de que lleguen. Right? Nosotros sabemos when somebody is talking the truth, when somebody is lying, when it's all, glittering sprinkles, pero sabemos cuando también el producto tiene calidad, tiene autenticidad, cuando el producto, el servicio tiene una marca asociada que nos hace sentir de cierta forma conectados con ellos. Eso es parte de engagement, authentic engagement. Because you need to be able to connect, right? You need to have a genuine presentation. Why is your product good? What is your story, right? The most important thing I wanna talk about in this point is that don't overthink things and stick to your genuinity, right? Stick to your authenticity. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, right? We've seen what, and I'm putting it there because como latina, cuando algo hace mal, lo sabe todo el mundo, pero cuando hace bien, we don't brag about it as much, but I will break that habit later. Make sure you don't do a Dove error, right? Misrepresentando una persona, una comunidad, tratando de darle una marca, right? Lo cual no representa los valores de los latinos y los hispanos. Dove and H&M did this multiple times with multiple campaigns. Y cada vez, o sea, no sé qué grupo de mercadeo tienen, pero cada vez lo hacen incorrecto en el sentido de que no saben cómo conectar con el mercado hispano. Y no doesn't click, right? That's why they don't have that buy power, that market share compared to Garnier, Century 21, Macy's. It's something that I'm sure we all grew up with Macy's, right? That was like the edge store, JCPenney, that have used Hispanic Latino models to represent how we buy, how we interact with their services, right? Collaboration and partnerships, right? You need to make sure this, I separated a little bit with micro and macro and, you know, and big influencers, micro and macro influencers, right? Because of how we buy. All right. If we are interacting with a big influencer, she's so pretty, but she's not connecting with us, then you're better off connecting with the macro influencers, I'm sorry, es que my pronunciation, es el acento. Si tú puedes conectar con un influencer pequeño que tiene 1,000 seguidores y ese influencer te puede decir, mira, yo voy a compartir tu link. Perfecto. Y es de ese link que ella compartió, 5 personas les dieron a un clic y 3 personas compraron, ya, that's it. En vez de tener una conexión con un influencer que tiene millones de seguidores, pero no tiene, lo comparte tu link, hace lo mismo, pero no conecta con tu audiencia. Y eso es algo muy importante, que tenemos que tener el poder para conectar con esas personas, right? You need to engage in local events and within local communities and festivals. That's another thing, it's part of partnerships. Toca puertas. Si tú tienes un servicio de belleza y conoces una muchacha que tiene un salón, conecta con ella. ¿Por qué? Porque no es competencia, es poder colaborar uno con el otro, es poder crecer. Porque si hay una persona que está interesada en hacerse bella, completa, bueno, a lo mejor tú le haces el pelo y la otra le hace la piel y la otra le hace el maquillaje y así sucesivamente. Pero es poder conectar, poder compartir el producto, poder compartir el servicio para que el mercado mejore la absorción de tu producto, de tu marca, para que el mercado pueda ver que tú estás ahí poniendo tu producto y tu servicio to full exposure. Right? I talked about this on my last webinar. It takes 7 no's to get to a yes. Yes, I know it's the same concept. It takes 3 rights to make a left. In my case, it takes 7 no's to get to 1 yes. If you have not showed your business to your audience at least 7 times, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to show yourself, put yourself in a position where you're collaborating, where you're building partnerships, when you're building relationships, right? Even right now, I'm going to give you a simple example. Right now, we have a huge amount of participants in this webinar. Later, once we're done, make sure you drop your information. What's the product? What's your service? How people can follow you. You never know if there is a client that it's listening to this webinar because they want to expose their business, but you're able to also collaborate, right? Oh, so here I go. This one, it's like ding, ding, ding. It's major because language and communication, you got to have a balance between English, Spanish, and Spanglish. Y yo no estoy haciendo muy buen trabajo, a lo mejor. Ustedes sean los jurados. Pero la importancia de tener, understand the dialect of your audience and the variation and tone, it's key. Like right now, La única razón por la cual yo tengo su atención es por mi tono de voz y por mi energía. Si yo no tuviera tono ni energía, ¿para qué estarían ustedes acá? Porque cualquier persona le puede dar slides, le puede dar la presentación. Pero es tener tono, es tener energía, es saber a quién tú le estás hablando y el mensaje con el que tú estás comunicando, right? Whether it's in Spanish, in English, in Spanglish, whatever it is, you need to make sure that you're sharing your message, your brand in the right tone so people can identify and they can connect with you. It's also part of knowing your business, part of knowing how you do things with your clients. Right? How are we Hispanics buying? Right? I have a short answer and I have a long answer. I'm going to give you the long answer first, right? Because we're not swiping our credit card. Cha-ching. No, that doesn't cut it with us. I'm sorry if somebody wants to argue with me, so be it, but we buy completely different. We interact with products. We go above and beyond. Why? Because what I said at the very beginning, we had an abuelita that drilled things into our brains. Are you ready what she drilled us? Okay, number one, this is the long answer. All right. We have product and service experience adaptation, right? If you have a salon, let me see if I see a business here. If you are a doctor, I see Dr. Jabi. Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, thank you so much for seeing me twice today. Awesome. I appreciate it. So you have Dr. Jabi, you have an experience. If you have an experience in the doctor that you want to make sure you are adapting your services to Hispanic people. How? Making sure you have a very simple things. You have a Spanish or English form. Well, you have a Spanish form, right? For people fill out. You have a Spanish speaking person that they're able to assist them, to assist your patients with the simplest question, like, mijo, ¿qué es lo que dice esa receta? ¿Qué es lo que dice ahí? ¿Qué dice el pote? ¿Para qué es eso? El doctor me lo dio, pero yo no sé. Oh, sí. That person with kind love will say, you know what, that's whatever, XYZ. And that will help you for XYZ. But that's part of that interaction. That's part of that market share. That's part of that communication. That's part of that transaction, right? Number two, you need to leverage channel with the Hispanic audience. If you know that Hispanic people are not on, very simple, they are not on Discord, or they are not on, oh my God, what's the other one? Blogger, then that's not your audience. You need to make sure that you are using that TikTok sound, that TikTok video. If they are there, go there, right? I'm not telling which platform to go. Follow where your audience is and leverage that power to use it towards your advantage. There are many platforms you will feel that you're overwhelmed, but emphasize on that. The next point, I'm merging it on that mobile experience, how people are consuming your product or service, or how they're coming in as a lead, right? Ellos ven tu video o tu foto y cómo quieren ellos interactuar con ese producto o ese servicio que tú tienes a través de las redes sociales, a través de esa experiencia en el celular que tú estás dando. So you need to make sure that you are able to communicate that with them. Now that I've given you these three, and I hope you took notes, I'm going to move on to the juicy things. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. Hispanic people, we buy based on experience-driven emotions and feelings, right? Nosotros no compramos porque nos dijeron, oh, sí, vete y compra. No, that testimony is not good enough. We want a testimony by our friends that said, wow, chica, yo fui a ese, déjame coger otro negocio de acá del chat. And I am a business, hold on, let me look for a business. Yo fui a un health, no, hold on. I'm looking for a business. I'm looking for a business here, people. Okay, real estate school. Awesome. Wow. Yo fui a una escuela de realtors para sacar mi licencia de realtor porque el mercado está muy bueno, pero tuve una mala experiencia. Ya yo sé que no voy a regresar para allá. Pero ¿sabe qué? A donde mi amiga se la hizo. O ya ella la ayudaron a buscar trabajo, hasta con su primera venta la ayudaron. Entonces la chica viene y dice, no, pero entonces yo dame el número y agarran, sacan un papel y un lápiz y lo escriben. Cierto, cierto. Let me see the thumbs up. If you know that it's real, we pull out the pen and paper and we write things down. We want to make sure that we're taking a mental note and that we're putting some effort to grab that pen and paper, to write it down, take that note, and follow up with that referral that our friend gave you, because she had an amazing experience. And not only that, they went above and beyond to help her close her first client, right? These are things. It's an experience. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. It's not just, sí, vete y regístrate. Y después ellos te van a ayudar a coger el examen. Y mira, para que te estudie, mira. No. Some other communities, I would say, they're good with that. They're totally okay with that. Us Latinos, us Hispanic, no. I need to see the thumbs ups. I need to see the interaction, people. Are you there? Am I hitting it on the nail? I want to see the thumbs up. I want to see the thumbs up. Yup. Awesome. I see some thumbs up here. Awesome. Right? You need to make sure that whichever product, service your business has is delivering that experience, is delivering that emotion, is delivering those feelings, right? What is an experience? Is going above and beyond, is delivering amazing, right? What is the emotion that you're going to give them? Are you going to make them happy? Are you going to make them sad? Are you going to make them feel comfortable? Are you going to make them feel connected? Right? Feeling of connection, it's a bridge. It's like you're inseparable. Once you have these three things combined holistically, you have automatic brand loyalty, right? We Hispanics, we buy based on testimonies of the experience, right? How good it was that? How amazing was it? What was the experience that they have? O sea, estamos en un barbecue y me dicen, ay, no, mira, yo fui a una tienda y la chica no me pudo ayudar porque le estaba preguntando algo tan sencillo que se venía en otro color. Here. No, we want that client, we want that customer service experience to be like, mira, tengo este color, pero también tengo este color. Y ven para probártelo, que a lo mejor este otro shade te pega te pega, te pega mejor. Ya, estoy mezclando el Spanglish. Pero así que compramos. Y sí, nos llevamos los tres, no uno, no dos, no tres. ¿Por qué? Porque ahora mismo no tenemos dinero como lo tenían nuestros abuelos, nuestros papás, que lo tenían guardado ahí. Nosotros tenemos dinero para invertir, tenemos dinero para gastar, tenemos dinero para consumir, tenemos dinero para crecer. Y eso es parte de esa experiencia que queremos pagar. ¿Entiendes? De los dos lados, tenemos que vender un producto con valor, tenemos que dar una experiencia que cualquier persona esté dispuesta a pagar el monto por el costo del valor de eso. Si nosotros tenemos una experiencia mediocre, ahí va a quedar nuestro negocio. Might as well close the door and open a new business. And that is the truth, right? Pero cuando hay un negocito pequeño, con una esquinita, que una señora que mira, yo soy dominicana y yo sé que todos los dominicanos que viven aquí en New York, hasta en República Dominicana, conocen a la señora de Manhattan que vende las habichuelas con dulce y el chacá en una esquinita. Ella podría tener no un local, un mall for herself to sell what she sells, pero ella está dando la experiencia que conecta con su audiencia, la gente trabajadora que está cogiendo el frío, que está cogiendo el calor, que están en las calles. Ella está dando esas experiencias. Ella está conectando con esas personas que vienen de un campo a trabajar para acá o que vienen de una ciudad a trabajar para acá y está conectando en esa emoción de trabajo, de dedicación, de perseverancia para poder ser una historia de éxito. Por eso nosotros los hispanos compramos así, basado en experiencia, en emociones, en sentimientos. Esto es algo que ojalá y otro mercado pudiera comprar como nosotros. Ya, y ahí drop the mic. No. Viene un poquito más, un poquito más. I need to see the thumbs up, people. I want to interact. Are you awake? Are you listening to me? Are you learning something? Are you taking notes? Are you taking notes? I want to see the thumbs up, people. I want to see the interaction. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome, awesome. I want to see the thumbs up. Nice. I'm seeing some businesses. Nice, nice. I'm seeing some businesses here. This is awesome. This is awesome. Glad to see, glad to see. All right. Now, here's your strategy. You can take a screenshot. You can write it down. This is the nitty gritty it. You got 9 steps. O sea, ahí no te puedes equivocar, right? This is your Hispanic marketing strategy for success, right? If you go back and watch my last webinar from last week, I talked about marketing and forecasting for getting ready for Q4 and closing your year strong. Estos 9 pasos son esa presentación que hice, ¿verdad? Porque es un círculo y tienes que hacerlo una y otra vez y otra vez. Número 1 y más importante, la primordial, tienes que saber quién es tu cliente. You need to know who your client is, right? Where are they from? What do they do? What do they like? What do they enjoy? How do they identify, right? Are they, just to give you a stereotype, are they hands-on workers? Are they technology workers? Are they, different from, what are they different from your previous clients that were buying your products, right? You need to communicate with them, right? How do you communicate with your clients? How do they like to be spoken to? So simple, right? Oh, I love seeing the businesses. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That chat is on fire, man. Thank you so much for all your interaction. All right. Communicate with your clients. Are they in the phone? Are they texting you? Are they emailing you? Are you interacting with them on social media, right? Tell your story. What is it so unique about your business? What is so unique about why you open up a business, right? What is the persona that it's behind the brand, right? You can create a brand, right? I have Iori Digital. It's awesome. And I'm very thankful for that. But I am the person behind Iori and all the other 7 people that are behind me. But they are also Iori, right? Tell your story, communicate, resonate with people. That will help you build connection. Number 4, why? Yes, answer this question just like I put it there. Why should they buy your product or service? Why? Right? The why needs to be more than just, oh, it's got great value. I provide great service. It's more than that. It needs to be a story. It needs to be quality. It needs to be driven by emotions. It needs to be driven by feelings. It needs to have more, right? Every time you ask that question, ask it again and again and again and again. And if it's not enough, ask it again. Remember, it takes 7 no's to get to a yes. Ask that question to yourself 7 times. But why? But why? But why? Right? Why should they buy your product? All right. Make sure you share your product or service. You could be the greatest. You could have the greatest product or service. And if you don't share your product, your service value, they will not understand. They will not be able to connect with you, right? Because one thing is you can preach your story. But if you don't tell them the reason, their value, why is your product so unique? Why is your product so good? Right? What is the value? What is the quality attached to your product or service or both? Right? Deliver an amazing, outstanding, marvelous, with sprinkles, sunshine, and rainbows experience driven by emotion, driven by feelings. You need to be able to connect with people in an amazing way. We're past the age where, okay, it's good. You need to be outstanding. You need to be amazing, because guess what? There is somebody else. Yeah. there is someone else that is opening up a similar business concept than you are. The difference is that you need to deliver outstanding experience, an outstanding emotion, an outstanding feeling, an outstanding, I mean, like your business needs to be outstanding overall. Like you can't cut yourself short. You can't sell yourself short. Ask for feedback. This is something that a lot of Hispanic people, we lack. Nosotros no nos gusta preguntar de que, ay, mira cómo, o sea, obviamente si se trata de comida, sí, pero tú sabes, ay, sí, ¿cómo está eso? We want to be praised and overjoyed, right? Pero cuando se trata de productos, de servicios, de eso que tú estás poniendo en el mercado, tú tienes que preguntar, oye, ¿te gustó mi camisa que yo hice? ¿Me podrías decir qué te gustaría ver para la próxima colección? ¿Verdad? This is key. This is data. When people ask me, oh, I don't have data for my business. Girl, have you been selling a product? Have you been selling a service? Call your 10 clients and ask them, beep, 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 beep. Hello, why you got my product? Why you gave me your money, right? It's more than, oh, I just like it. Trust me, it will be more than that. Us Hispanic people, we don't buy on, oh, porque me gustó y lo encontré y fue conveniente. O sea, mínimo un quick check o un 7-Eleven, wow, whatever it is, right? Tienes que preguntar por feedback. That's your data. That is what you're going to use for the next year, for the year after that. You're going to recycle that strategy to better your business, to better your strategy. Ahora, otra pregunta que se nos hace difícil. We got to ask for referral, right? You got to ask, right? Who amongst, write this down. I'm sure you all, you have pen and paper by now. Write down this. Who among your family and friends can use my product or service? If there was something that you wrote down in this entire hour that I've been talking about marketing, about Hispanic marketing, strategy, success, about all the things I've told you, I hope this question. Who amongst your family and friends can use my product or service? They're going to give you an answer. They're going to give you a name. They're going to give you a phone number. No, tú conoces a alguien o no, mira, compártelo en tus redes sociales. No, 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 no. Ya eso no vale. Compartirlo, una impresión que te vean en las redes sociales porque una persona lo compartió, excelente, pero tienen que conectar contigo. Esa persona te va a dar un número de teléfono, un nombre y va a conectar contigo. You got to ask for referrals. The business is there. You already deliver an outstanding experience. They're going to preach about you. They're going to share how good, how awesome you are. Now ask for that referral. You've earned it. Rebuke that generational curse. You've earned it. You've earned your business. You're amazing. And as amazing as you are, you need to ask for referrals, open your arms and receive your blessings. Now, guess what? You do it all over again. And if you notice something here, I always say, know your client. You deal with one client at a time. Treat them one at a time, right? We're small businesses. Cuando yo estoy interactuando con un cliente, yo no le digo, ay, mis clientes, espérate que tengo uno que tengo que firmarle un contrato rapidito, dame un segundito. No. Tú estás dedicado en ese momento para ese cliente, esa clienta, y tienes que darle la experiencia que ellos están esperando. Por eso, enfócate en un cliente a la vez. Enfócate en hacerlo una y otra vez para que te enfoques en el valor que tienes que darle a ese cliente, a esa clienta, para darle una experiencia maravillosa, para que ellos puedan decir y puedan compartir que tu producto, que tu servicio es maravilloso. Un cliente a la vez. Un cliente a la vez. Un solo cliente a la vez. ¿Por qué? Porque tú eres una sola persona. Yo fundé Iori Digital, yo sola, ¿ok? Y todos mis clientes lo trataba uno a la vez. Porque yo no puedo estar haciéndole una estrategia a un negocio. Hold on, espérate. Gears. Oh, hold on, gear. No. Tú tienes que hacer las cosas una a la vez. Tienes que enfocarte en tu negocio. son una cosa a la vez. Enfócate en tu negocio, enfócate en tu estrategia, enfócate en ese cliente que va a volver y que te va a traer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 referidos. Es muy importante que lo hagas una y otra vez. Well, let's move on to something else here that I have here. Oh, that was my last slide. Something happened here. No. Sorry. So now that you have this, I hope you took a screenshot. I'm so overjoyed to have shared this with you. I hope I've been of amazing value to you. I hope you took a ton of notes. So very, very thankful to deliver all this value to you. We're going to move on into Q&A, but I would love to connect with you. I am on Instagram. You can follow my personal page. You can follow my business page. And you also have my email. So you can send me an email. Thank you so much. I hope I've been of value to you. And if I have been, I need you to we're going to send you a 3-minute survey. If you've enjoyed this presentation, please make sure that you fill out that 3-minute survey. It's very, very important to me, and we will share the presentation to you. Also, also on the page, I have multiple webinars that I've done in the past. So if you like what I share with you today, you can go back and rewatch my previous presentations on different marketing topics. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to be moving into Q&A. You've been an awesome audience. I have to give it to you. Thank you so much for all your thumbs up, for all your business interactions, for all the information you share. Thank you. Muchas gracias. I love your webinars. Thank you so much. Yes, that's the energy I like. You've been an awesome audience. I love the interaction. I love the connection. Please follow me on social media. Please send me an email. I would love to read it. And even if I get back to you a little bit later, please don't judge. But I'll get back to you sooner or later. Thank you so much for your time. Let's move into the Q&A. Make sure you put your questions in the Q&A box. The other thing is that I do go back, and you heard me during my presentation, I pick on businesses, right? So if I see that your business is mentioned, you've shared your business, I will relate the question and provide an example attached to your business. So I want to see the Q&A box going off. I have 2 questions so far. This is so awesome. Thank you so much. Let me look over here. Okay, hold on. My boss, my mother, I discussed about picking up an unknown phone numbers. I don't know to know because all the spammers, but she's always says must be because we own a business. That's very important. But it's so annoying to get all those spammers. So what do you do? And what about everyone else? How do you handle this unknown number situation? Well, very simple. It goes both ways, right? If it says spammer, it says, obviously it's a spammer, right? My approach about this sería mandarle un mensaje de texto a esa persona. O sea, si es que tu cliente no quiere contestar tu teléfono porque no reconoce tu número, send them a text message. Ask them, hey, Juanito Pérez or Mario Díaz, este es tu número de celular. Quería confirmar tu información para que asegurarme de que estuviera correcta. Quiero conectar contigo. Tenemos una colección nueva que querías que veas. Quiero que vengas a la tienda porque nosotros remodelamos. Quiero compartir contigo, something new about my business, right? Mario, tú sabes que tú has sido cliente mío y tú has venido antes. Yo quiero que tú veas yo quiero que tú me des tu feedback de cómo yo renové la tienda. We Hispanic people nos encanta hablar, nos encanta que nos pidan nuestra opinión. Nosotros nos encanta que nos digan, mira, ¿cómo está eso? ¿A qué te supo? ¿Un chin de sal o bajito de sal? ¿O alto de azúcar o bajito de azúcar? Son cosas así que hacen la diferencia. Cuando tú interactas con un cliente, tienes que hacerlo que ellos se involucren en parte de eso. All right, so I see that the question evolved to other people. I have an anonymous questions here. It says, any recommendation for organizations to contact relative to applying for all lessons you have shared? Any recommendation for organization to connect relative to apply all these lessons you have shared? Disculpa, pero I don't understand your question very well. We have the SBDC is the best organization to get business advice, to get business information, at least within the state of New Jersey that I know of. My business is testimony to this. I would suggest you connect with the SBDC. We have additional resources, and you can actually get paired up with a consultant of a mentor. Yes, get a business mentor. I know there are other centers within the state that provide training for and mentorship for business owners that will guide you in the direction you want to go to. All right, we have from Shelly Risto said, what direction should I study to learn how to speak better Spanish? Yo aprendí el español mío de las novelas. Ay, ay, ay. And hold on. So this is something that I should have made a slide, but I'm gonna give you a rant about. Yes, I know. How is this professional? I don't know. I'm gonna rant about people that don't speak English. You need to speak English. Your accent needs to come out. People want to connect with that accent. Hey, do I hear an accent? Oh, ¿de dónde tú eres? At least that's the first thing I say when I hear an accent. ¿De dónde tú eres? Oh, sí, yo soy ecuatoriano. Oh, mi mejor amigo es ecuatoriano. Todo con sopita en esta vida. Todo con sopita, right? There, I made a connection. My friend, my best friend is Ecuadorian. Now we have something in common. These are very simple things that I know, I'm diverting a little bit from the question, but you need to be able to share your accent. Don't be shy. Don't sell yourself short because you have something great. You are bilingual. You are able to speak it. Speak it the way it comes out. Even if it comes out funny. You know the amount of mistakes I've already made in this presentation and here I am. And I'm very thankful that you guys are listening, that you are an awesome audience and that we're interacting, but it goes both ways. You need to be able to practice your English and practice your Spanish, right? If you practice. Quick parentheses, I saw a TED Talk, to answer your question, Shelly, I saw a TED Talk that was about 20 minutes. If you practice something, let me recall correctly, if you practice something, a skill, 20 minutes per day, you will be better by like 6 months or 3 months, something like that, something short, than 90% of the people, right? I'm not telling you you're going to be a master or the best. The TED Talk said, speak 20 minutes a day or do that thing. In your case, speak 20 minutes a day to improve your Spanish. Listen to Spanish podcasts. Mira las novelas. I know, yo sé que ahora mismo Netflix tiene muchos programas de televisión que son en español. Le puedes poner el caption, le puedes poner la traducción para que lo escuches y puedas saber cómo se pronuncia. Y búscate amigas y amigos que hablen el español, porque nosotros nos gusta comunicarnos en español. All right, next question. Duolingo is a great app. Someone mentioned it here. Sí, es muy bueno Duolingo. So tengo una pregunta de Cristina Gomez. It says, hi, my name is Cristina. I own Latina-owned lifestyle brand at New Age Innovations. Oh, nice name. I like it. I like to get registered with the state as a Latina-owned business. Is there a contact? Yes. Please scan this QR code and you will be able to get counseling and they will help you get your registration. Testimony of mine, I got my minority-owned and woman-owned certification within 3 months of each other. So, es bien fácil. Dale a los links que están poniendo aquí. Y tú vas a poder seguirnos y conectar con nosotros. Es el último link, el que dice Request Counseling. Ellos te van a poder ayudar. My pleasure. Then ahora tengo a Nicole Jacoby. It says, I work with NJDOL. We are curious to learn about how we can do more in our outreach efforts to reach out immigrants, business owners that speak languages in other than English. Do you have any advice on how to best connect with them or what services they might need from NJDOL? That is a great question. Nicole, sería súper interesante if you could. Number one, the first thing that flagged to my head was make sure that you have Spanish speaking content, not Spanish speaking, Spanish material. Whichever is your print, your emails, it's Spanish, right? And if you know that you're targeted immigrant and business owners, that means that they are interacting in some platform because they want to get their business. So a small budget of advertising might help you get to where you need to. I would love to connect more with you. Please send me an email. I'll share back the screen with my email so you have it and you're able to connect with me directly. I have another question by an anonymous attendee. He says, I meant Hispanic organization to connect for outreach and to identify if there is interest in collaborating. Of course, there are many Hispanic organizations that would love to connect for outreach and identity. And nosotros nos encanta conectar, nos encanta colaborar con diferentes audiencias. So you just have to look, o sea, cuál es tu producto, cuál es tu servicio y con quién quieres conectar. O sea, tienes que pensar, you have to think outside of the box. I have a question here from Hector Perez. How would you recommend convincing Latinos to buy in the moment if they seem interested in your product but might be instead and take a business card? You're not delivering a full experience. Let me see. It says more. My business is a Latin America Treasures LLC. I sell handmade products, dolls, necklace made from coconut shells. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. So my products are made by Afro-Latina and indigenous women from various countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. My business is social entrepreneurship and support local artisans in Ecuador. You need to tell your story. If people are not buying your product or service, it's because you're not sharing your story, especially with such a unique product. This is not a product that it came from China and it's like, mass produced. No. Someone crafted this thing and it has the story behind it. Instead of giving them a business card, ask them for feedback. Connecting with them like, hey, would you like this? What would you think? Here's a simple question as a sales pitch, sales approach. What would you think if you got this as a Christmas gift? How would it make you feel, right? That's a punchline right off the bat. Like when you're at a vending table, just ask that question, right? Would you be excited to get this product or service, or obviously product, right? This turtle, or this cantinita hecha de coconut, carved, painted, right? ¿Qué te haría recordar esta cantinita, este bowl, right? Son cosas muy sencillas, pero o como tu nieta o como tu primo le gustaría, sería parte de la decoración de tu hermana. Mira, te interesaría conocer mi historia. You need to share the story. And I think that's the reason why they just want to take the business card and, walk away. Tell your story, share why it's so cool, why it's so amazing. We have literally 1 more minute. If we have any more questions, I'm going to look a quick scan on our webinar chat. Once again, you've been an awesome audience. Thank you so much for your time. I hope I've been of value to you. Make sure before you leave, you scan our QR code to get started. We have helped very proudly over 15,000 businesses. And what we do is that we help them grow. We provide no cost small business consulting, training, and events starting at zero cost, nada. okay? And we provide exclusive small business resources funded by the Small Business SBA, sorry, and our partners. So make sure you scan the QR code, you click the link here, and you get started. We are here for you. We want to see you thrive. We want to see you succeed. Thank you so much for your time. You guys have been an awesome audience. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Make sure to access today's presentation. The link is right there. You take your 3-minute survey. It means the world to you. If I've been of value to you, fill out that 3-minute survey. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you watch some of my webinars, and I see you until the next one. I hope you have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.